When you guys headlined Donington in August of '91, as you recall, was that the largest audience the band has ever played to?
At that time, it probably wasn't the largest, but it was probably one of the most enthusiastic, I think, because Donington Festival at that time was, it was really, for hard rock, it was the big thing of Europe. So it certainly stands out as an event at the time.
And how would you compare the '91 festival to the previous ones? There was one in '81 and in '84.
Well, I think this one was probably the best because of, the other ones when we had first done it. In fact, the first time we played Donington, I think they were just, it was just. I think it was the second time they held it, so it was really not looked at as going to be a kind of annual event thing, and then it kind of took off from then, and every year after that they had, it kind of built up a big following, and every year after that it become one of the steady stream of festivals, didn't it?
Your fans are some of the most loyal and committed ever. How would you describe their following?
Well, it's like I don't know, like in the States, but say in England, the football, they totally follow them to Russia or anywhere. Well, we've got that type of following of hardcore fans that save up from the end of one tour to sell their motorbikes and everything else to get their cash together to go on the next world tour. And a lot of times the crew guys and that will let them in backstage so they don't have to buy the tickets because they're all broke halfway through the tour. We've lent a few bob out to them a few times, it's just to get them through, but they're totally dedicated, they'll starve to death for a week just to see a show, so we're proud of our hardcore fans.
We share their bond.
And how did the production come about for the show? Was there anything special about the show?
Oh, sure. It was a huge production, camera-wise, I think, even for the filming of it and stuff. That was big. In fact, when I saw the stage actually going up for that, because we'd done a lot of open-air shows on that tour, it kind of looked like every time I saw the building of it looked like a mini hotel going up. So it was a huge production, wasn't it?
Yeah,
had a lot of cannons.
Yeah, 21 cannons we had. We were trying to.
A couple of giant blow-up things. We had Big Rosie, that big girl.
We'd have a thunderstorm at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. A real one. That wasn't cheap. So we had, and also that big platform too, that would bring me out of, in the middle of the crowd somewhere. I'm good at getting lost in that crowd, so it helped me find my way.
We did get lost on the way back.
That's right. So we ordered two.
Why did you decide to film it in such an extensive way?
It was David Mallet, who's, we think is best video director come live film, for rock and roll music. He's just got that, he's a real music fan, David Mallet, and he would like to outdo himself with bands like us each time, so the budgets usually fly, the managers freak, but and the record labels usually freak worse. But we managed there to really pull off, the 35mm film and 25 or 26 cameras. The one in the helicopter, and they had all sorts of, to get the permission to do that. Just at Donington, because it's near a small airport nearby. So the police and everything were involved with it all. We had everyone got together for that show because they knew it was, it was going to be a good one. So it was exciting for us, that at the time, because it was, even though maybe not, like as Angus said, it's probably not. We did the show in Rio with nearly 400,000 people there, and so it wasn't as big as, say, Rio, but being in England at the time and being Donington the third time back, and the fans had sold out virtually way before. The anticipation of coming to do it, it was certainly, it felt like, this could be a pinnacle at that time for us, and it certainly came off that night, the band came off. With a lot of pressure we went on that night, because the band played crap. There was a lot of money down the tube, so, but I think that helped us a lot that night. It just gave us that extra surge of energy to get it right.
You could have gone the other way. You put together a big show and everything, get all those cameras in and spend all that money, and then you get on and go, hey, the last thing you want is some, audience is great, everything going well except me, and then on comes the band and spoils it all. So you don't want that happening.
Were there rehearsals for the show, and what were those like?
It's not really a rehearsal, is it? It's just that because a stage like that is put together for that show, so the guys would just get up and get a feel for the stage, see how big it is, especially Angus, going out on the wings, the distances, and what to watch out for. This joint's not too safe here, Angus, so if you can skip over this.
I've got a lot of friends, but my enemies leave minefields. So you got to.
And mind you, when you do a sound check, the place has got about 3,000 people there working. So it's not really a sound check. It's like a mini gig, warm up.
And is there something about David Mallett's style that complements the band that you continue to work with him?
Yeah, he used to do a TV show here as well, just before while he was doing videos. But he was always into this old TV show called Centennials. It was these movies they made back in the late 50s, early 60s that all the kids used to love. And he loved the schoolgirls with, getting up to all the naughty things in life and things like that. So when he first got together and you saw Angus with the schoolboy uniform, I mean, it was a partnership made in heaven, It was he just loved working with the schoolboy thing.
And Brittany wasn't invented then, so...
Yeah. But that was his initial thing, but then...
She wasn't born then, I don't think.
But once he got into the music of the band as well, there was a lot of rock and roll and sex and everything else that comes with it. He just loved it. He always loved working with us guys. It wasn't serious work with us guys. He sparkled when he worked with us on Donington. And his excitement just made you feel like this is going to be unbelievable. The filming at least would be, and he pulled it off. Big time,
He's done a few things like that with us too over the years, filming stuff, going and, with especially on an outdoor thing, which is a hard thing to do when you think of it, because you got all the, you got the elements against you, can be weather, is that going to be good? And you put all of that in a combination, and all the different things, staging and everything. Is this all going to pull off? Lighting, etc., cameras, And he always, as Malcolm says, he gets real excited. He's more excited than anyone running around, and he gets his. I think that's what gives him the big kick when he's doing it. That excitement, that rush. He should wear the school suit, actually. Might be cheaper.